of his accomplishments and notoriety in his brief professional career, there are two things that Shaquille O'Neal has not been able to do. One is win a playoff game. The other is beat David Robinson and the Spurs. While the postseason is still a couple of months away, that playoff intensity will be present in the Alamo Dome tonight. Can David and the Spurs continue their domination over Shaq and the Magic? We'll find out next. Longest in the league, the Magic's 4 straight, the second longest in the league, and they control the tag. Away against Avery Johnson. O'Neal offering the screen. Lob goes over David, and O'Neal reverses for the first points of the night in the pass. Gets it low. Del Negro comes over for the double team, and Robinson grabs the rebound.
Play whatsoever on Avery Johnson through the lane.
Here's AJ's problem at 6'7". Hardaway can post him up fairly easily. 1989. Down to Dennis Scott. Blocked by Robinson. Here comes Del Negro. In transition, the Admiral steps past Grant and misses the lay-in. Nick Anderson with a three-pointer. Hardaway stripped by Johnson. Gets it back, knocked away, and a foul. Robinson guarded by Grant and not O'Neal so far. Tip. Not quite for Rodman. Touched last by Grant. It'll still belong to the Spurs.
In this game.
Del Negro to the cutter. Robinson has to go to the hook, and he's fouled. He went up between Grant and O'Neal.
Game face on both these guys. We used to see that between Robinson and Olajuwon, and you see them getting along much better over the years.
Rodman on Grant, down to O'Neal, left side low. Del Negro the double team. Shaq will have to give it up. Hits it right back, or wanted to, but Robinson with another steal. David with great anticipation so far. Elliott up with a three. Spurs take the lead 7-6. O'Neal to Grant. Running left-hander blocked by Robinson. His second already. 4-on-3 break to Johnson. Reverse. No. Rodman back up. No again. Horace Grant with the block from behind. And it's Anderson to O'Neal. Blocked by Robinson. Anderson with a lefty flip for the follow.
He made no attempt at whatsoever.
O'Neal draws the foul, and Sean Elliott immediately volunteers to get the call. Horace Grant blocked by Robinson, goes right to Scott. 5 on the shot clock. O'Neal turns with a hook and throws that one down. Home mark of 28-1, by far the best home team in the league. What a move by Elliott, what a block by Shaq.
Problem by Orlando. Horace Grant just much too close to Hardaway.
Robinson's 4th block of the first quarter. Johnson to David. David Robinson play. O'Neal from Grant. Easily laid in over Rodman at 6 of 13. Elliott underneath. Robinson's second consecutive slam dunk. Del Negro. Penny Hardaway sets up a three for Nick Anderson. And the Magic, a prolific three-point shooting team.
Importance of these kinds of games, and they're a little tight.
Shot clock at 5. AJ easily beating Hardaway and up over Shaq. Bob said Hardaway's got to deal with him too. So far, AJ owns the advantage. Robinson gets his second foul, and O'Neal will go for his second three-point play. Makes then the Admiral. Hardaway turns it into a 4-point play. Rick up Penny at the point. Person guarding Hardaway. AJ down low with Shaw. Turns and rattles it home. And turns it over. Nick Anderson. On the break, Hardaway reverses. And the Magic with a run. They open up. Cummings on the low block. The turnaround banker taken by Rodman. Little up fake and draws the foul. And it'll be interesting to see who gets this ball. Anderson lob to O'Neal. Turns, misses the hook. Much too hard over Cummings. Here comes Rodman. 4-on-3 break to Cummings. He'll power it in and foul by Horace Grant. Person makes him take a 2, and he misses that. Rodman with a half-dozen rebounds so far in the middle of another break. Cummings on the end of it again. the business end.
At the other end.
Alley-oop, Hardaway, O'Neal, and Person with the high percentage play here, and this have to close this game with. Alley-oop, O'Neal, 5.4 seconds. 14 in the period for Shaq. 3 seconds. Person for a three at the buzzer. Yes, sir, the rifleman.
O'Neal tonight, they're going with a smaller lineup than Anthony Avent when they're playing center.
Doc Rivers got the steal.
By Shaw, obvious in front of the official, where Vinny took one bounce.
Well, that's an obvious foul too, but for the right reason. Scott, the post up, turns and fires to O'Neal. Blocked by Robinson, his fifth. But Avent gets it and misses. And Person there to start the break to Del Negro. Rivers calls for it, wants to go up for a three. Got it. Is 18-6. O'Neal, triple team, misses the hook. Avent this time gets the follow.
Decision making.
Three up and just off by Del Negro. What a tip by the Admiral from nowhere. Robinson now guarded by O'Neal. First quarter it was Grant. Goes up, draws the foul. That'll be Shaq's second. So they're dead even in that category. Here's that number 3 for a symbolic reason. It's his best weapon. O'Neal with an emerging weapon. Wrong no matter what your criticism is. And he's doing it. Robinson just does get the roll. 46-41. Hardaway back in to O'Neal. Turns baseline, misses. Tap miss by Grant. Spurs run again with numbers. Boy, the Magic really slow getting back, and Johnson with a miss. Rodman back up with a miss. Tip Robinson. And Penny Hardaway up to Grant. Down low to O'Neal. Turns, misses. Rodman another board. Grant and O'Neal at least attempting to get back in transition, and they come up with the steal. It's Hardaway. 2-on-3 break. A little bit disorganized, almost traveled. Scott misses a three. Rodman every rebound. Grant in the mismatch with A.J., who is a little late getting back for Hardaway's three. 8.
What a display of time. As you said, out that timeout, what a display of talent.
Robinson is rewarded with career years this season. Robinson up to knock that one into the third row. Picked up by Person. O'Neal again setting up low left. Elbows David out of the way and scores, and he got away with the elbow. Even worse. Now Anderson refeeding the low post. And he ducks under and almost throws up an air ball from 4 feet out. Here's Rodman again. In transition. Slam by Sean Elliott. Starting forwards producing really nothing but heartache for Brian Hill this first half. Person dumps it to Rodman. Oh, gorgeous.
That was a set play all the way. That doesn't happen by accident.
Anderson from midcourt, and he's just barely off. And the Spurs at halftime, a 10-point lead. Half, David Robinson held it just 4 of 12 from the field. He did hit 5 of 6 free throws and 5 block shots.
And he really needed this play right here as Hardaway tried to look him off. Robinson with the block. But here's the play that he really needed. Avery Johnson just looking for the trail guy. He gets Harvey Grant to bite, and David Robinson needed that dunk real bad. Here's the big problem for Brian Hill is Dennis Rodman. Lazy play by Horace Grant defensively as he lets Rodman go right by him for the dunk to end the half. And the problem for Robinson is going to be keeping Shaquille O'Neal out of the paint. With just 2 fouls, he doesn't want to pick up any quick ones here to start the third and have to sit on the bench.
Well, there was his third right there. They didn't call it, and the last 2 of his 18 points. 64-54, though. The Spurs own a 10-point lead. We'll have the second half in a moment. Assists. Low to O'Neal. Hook. No, but a foul by, it looked like Elliott coming down to double. Clear out. Robinson, the pull-up jumper, and the follow. Good. 15 hard-fought points.
For the rebound.
Biggest lead of the game is now 13. Again, O'Neal gets the low position staked out. Robinson with his 9th rebound.
All the way to the weak side to bother Sean Elliott for that 3.
Scott over A.J. Three-pointer, his first of the game. Igniting and controlling a game. Elliott, they said cleanly rejected by O'Neal and then fouled as he came back down. Rodman picked. Almost stripped by Hardaway. Robinson underneath. Again, O'Neal getting away with a lot of contact.
He got away with an absolute hold as Robinson tried to go by him.
Rodman does not get away with it. It is his first personal.
Randomly called plays.
Robinson stays outside, scores. He has 17. 14. He is just 2 of 8 from the field. And dribbles right into the hands of Rodman. 15 points. 8.5 to go in the third. Hardaway tried to drop it off to Shaq. Another turnover into the hands of Rodman.
Blow up Dennis.
O'Neal left David wide open. Rodman tips it in and fouled in the act. By O'Neal, his third.
Rodman so quick when a shot is put up. Here's David Robinson. He's short off the iron. And Rodman moving his feet. Slides over, tips it in. O'Neal with a foul.
Guarded by Grant. They have not had O'Neal exclusively on the Admiral. David turns into an air ball, but a foul by Horace Grant. Double to Grant. Won't take this shot very often. O'Neal puts it back in. 22 for Shaq. O'Neal isolated low. Ducks underneath. David forces him into a very awkward shot, which still falls. And you see the athleticism at 300 pounds. But even he would say was overall beaten by Kevin Johnson in that series. Hardaway takes him deep.
Or that's the play. They'll take Hardaway and post him up against anybody.
Robinson hammered by O'Neal, and now they have no alternative but to call the foul. It's his fourth. Scott in rhythm. This is a three. Rebound person. Spurs run again. They would have run. It was turned over to Hardaway. Then went for the steal and left Hardaway open for a three. Grant left all alone up high. First field goal for Horace Grant. Now he has Robinson to deal with. Person again goes low and draws the foul. Robinson. Johnson again. This time drives. Up with the left hand and scores. Oh, Avery Johnson with one for the highlight film. Shaw guarded by Del Negro. And Hardaway got Rivers up after flattening him, and then Doc Rivers, of course, is called for the foul. Hardaway posting up Rivers. Rodman again starts the break. Look who's running ahead of the pack. Terry Cummings, and he is fouled by Brian Shaw. Shaw upset because he thought he had all ball. No more than a 5-point lead, and that was very early. They've been catch-up mode from the middle of the first period.
To be really effective for the entire fourth quarter.
Nick Anderson has come alive. 20 points. He'll beat him to the baseline. Throw intended for person, stolen by Dennis Scott.
Great Scott. Great play by Dennis Scott on the weak side.
Yeah, Geikie had it right the first time. Great Scott. Anthony Avon. Selfishness of the Spurs again pays dividends. O'Neal foul between Cummings and Person. Up comes Shaw to Hardaway. 14-point game. Time running out on Orlando. 7:40 to play. They had 818. Elliott down the baseline. A tough two. He first beat O'Neal and then finished off Brian Shaw. Alley-oop slammed home.
Perfect pass off the dribble from Brian Shaw as Hardaway sprinted the right side. Winded down. Robinson forced it to move.
Got to match up with someone. He matched up with no one. Turns, hooks, and scores. Big possession here. Magic can cut it to 7. O'Neal does.
Very nice turnaround baseline jump shot.
The Spurs haven't done it at his run after made baskets. They've done it so well this year, not at all tonight. Robinson gets it somehow. Bumped by both Grant. Very lacking here in the fourth quarter. Now it's O'Neal. Look out. Shaquille O'Neal. 7th turnover of the period for the Spurs, but Robinson gets it right back on Hardaway. Left alone, misses. O'Neal climbing the back of Rodman. They're going to call Rodman for holding his third. Hardaway saves to Dennis Scott. What a play by Penny Hardaway. They go to O'Neal. Turns, scores. They look to tie or lead at the 2-minute mark. Alley-oop through O'Neal. Points by the Magic. O'Neal looking to tie on the fall away. We're knotted. 109 all. To the baseline, works on Del Negro. To O'Neal with 3. Same shot. This time no, but tipped in by Grant. And the Magic have their first lead in ages.
O'Neal with another jump shot. That time Robinson went to challenge it. Rodman gets beat by Grant on the backside.
In and out, but foul. He was fouled with 27.7 by Grant, who picks up his 5th and the team's 5th.
Quick pass from Sean Elliott right to the low block against Horace Grant. David, quick move, rattles out a shot that he really was hoping to get to go in and get the foul.
So needing 2 to tie. And David does not get the roll. Elliott tips it to David. 24 seconds, and they can shoot for the lead. Difference of 2 on the 2 clocks. Robinson guarded by Grant. 12 seconds. 8 to shoot. Got to do something. Double team by Scott. Rivers, 3-pointer. No. Rodman tips it in. And 35,000 go crazy.
The shot, as Robinson starts to feel the double team, comes from Doc Rivers. He's a couple of steps behind the line, way short. Rodman catches it and puts it right back. Just the quick feet, quick reactions of Dennis Rodman. He sees this as short, and he's up there to get it before anybody can react.
Magic have Grant and O'Neal up high, and Hardaway and Scott down low.
Down on the block, Doc Rivers and Sean Elliott guarding Scott and Hardaway. Decide to switch as those 2 guys cross.
Hardaway with an 18-footer, no good at the buzzer.